40 years, really? That long? Well, I guess I've been blessed, probably by my parents and my grandparents. You know, my mom's 8 months old running around my dad's hot rod mahogany boat. You know, I think I had a little bit to do with it. And then my grandpa, obviously working for Chris Craft, 6 years old, standing on a little beer case, teaching me how to build scale model boats. And my grandma taking me out fishing, which I didn't get into. But yeah, 40 years, man. A lot of good people. My brother Joe, Kyle, hundreds of employees. I mean, it's just been awesome. I don't know, does it get any better? Explain it to me. Testing boats, trying to break them in half, you know? Probably why I got a backache. I don't know.
But when you think about boat companies that have been around for 40 years, there's not a long list. So I think it's something to be really proud of, and I think Joe and Wayne did an amazing job.
40 years in business is extremely challenging. You have to have the passion to be in the business. As behind the scenes, it was difficult. There was a lot of challenges and stuff like that that you're met with daily, weekly, monthly, yearly.
We talk about culture, I think, here more than we do production sometimes. So I think it goes to show, you know, we try to treat everybody like family.
Yeah, you know, if you really care about people, you need to have, I call it creating a whole family. And the consumers, you know, as soon as they got a problem, even if you don't think it's because of what we may have done, you take care of it. You just do it. It's a beautiful thing.
The customers and the product, to me, is what really was the driving force for me and kept it going through all these years.
Good morning, everybody. The first thing that I'd like to go over here, this is going to be very brief. It's going to be important for us to get out of this canal and get out in front and get up on a plane by 10 o'clock. We got a helicopter that's coming in. We got a helicopter that's coming in here that'll be here at 10 o'clock. He's going to run with us on the first leg of the race. First leg of the run.
We used to do these rallies at our island, and it was an effort, you know, and then that venue went away and it kind of just dissipated into nothing. All of a sudden, bang, here we are again, man. Bigger and badder than ever.
Years ago, we used to have rallies at Metro Beach when we only had sport boats at the time, and they were a lot of fun. It wasn't quite the caliber of what we had going here this last time, but I think the people had a good feeling of what it was going to be like. The start of the event was more than emotional for me. I looked out at the water and I was on a microphone and I had it queued up that I said, "Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines." So you got 80 boats starting at one time, 75, 80 of them. I know a lot of them are outboard, you didn't hear them. It was more for the sport boat guys. But still, to hear the rumble of all those boats starting at once. Then I walked over to get in my boat to get ready to go. And I'll be honest with you, I looked over at my fiance Kathy and she said, "Look what we have done. Look at all the hard times, everything we've been through." She said, "This is emotional for you, isn't it?" And I don't even think I responded. Believe it or not, I think she jerked a little tear out of me. I had my sunglasses on, so you couldn't tell. And it was extremely emotional. You had to experience it, and the two of us just looked out at the water, looked at the fireboat shooting water cannons in 4 different directions with 80 of your boats all around you, getting ready to go on a run. Nothing better than that. It was by far one of the emotional moments that I've had in business.
Nothing compares to turning around and seeing 70 other bows just at 11 o'clock and absolute anarchy break out over the bay. Led the pack, I'd say. So just looking back at, on the lake, seeing all the boats and the helicopter, it was something out of a movie.
When I first saw the picture of how many boats we had, it was like, wow, we pulled off an event that was almost as big as Boyne Thunder, and it just was amazing.
I had my 25 Aggressor out there, and I had these 2 guys out there with me, and it was great. We held it wide open the whole time, had a blast.
The most amazing part was to see boats that were 35 years old and still out there running on the lake, all the way up to something that was delivered 30 days ago. Unbelievable.
It completed the full circle. You kind of see it with like a water test or a boat ride on lunch to see what we do, but to see the old products still thriving and the new ones and everything in between, everything comes together and you're like, okay, this is why we do it.
You ever feel like you want to stop? You ever been close to the top? You ever looked at your past and kept moving forward and never looked back? It's a hard knock life, full of sacrifice. It's the only way to live when you know the price. It's the only way to move when you know it's right. It's the only way I know to fight the good fight. Yeah, and I done been through it all. Stood tall with my back against the wall, lost it all and got it back and answered my call to the light from the dark, to healing a broken heart. Never give up, you gotta see the future in the bigger picture. This is the fight of your life, you're looking in the mirror, and the belief that you have will help you see it clearer. This is your moment of clarity, it gets no realer.
Nobody told me how fun it is.
We do have a lot of fun.
The one thing that more people said to me than anything, are you guys gonna have it again next year? Are we gonna have this again? Are you gonna do it?
I'd like to think so. It is a lot of work. It was a lot of work, but I think it paid off.
Probably get bigger, man. Might get out of control, I know, because they tell their friends and they have their boats, whatever, it's all good. Yeah.
All right, well, we're definitely doing it next year then.
Yeah.
Cool.